and welcome to another episode of Getting Your Rocks Off with Firetox. Tonight's episode is very special. It is the first time we have had a female on the show. This Rock Lord, one of the line of Rock Lords called Jewel Lords, name is Solitaire. Bring her in closer. We're gonna look at the head sculpt, the yellow eyes, the little pink lips. Due to the way that she is molded, I know what you're looking at right now. That's nothing I did. That's the way the plastic pulled when they molded her, and you're not wrong. It's exactly what it looks like. So you'll notice out of most of them, they usually have some metal components, and she does too. There's metal here in the hips. There's metal up here. That's the only metal in the figure. The only paint is in the eyes, the mouth, the two pieces on the side of the head, and this strip right here. Everything else is either this light blue plastic, translucent, or this darker blue translucent plastic. And as you can see, when she catches the light, she's got a hell of a shine on her. Back of it, you can kind of more see the metal components. And one of the things that, I don't mention, but I love about these is that when they made these, the attention to detail, they even color matched the screws to where they were. So you have a lighter blue screw here and the darker blue screws here, which is just a nice touch. Articulation with her is a little bit weird because she has these shoulder things up here. So the arms do move, and she does have an elbow. And you can kind of do this, but you start getting impeded. You can't get some poses because it's going to hit here. The legs, the hips can go out. There is no knee bend, but there is an ankle rock, an ankle tilt. The knees only bend side to side, and that's all due to the transformation. So if you see, now one thing I will say about these is out of all of, you know what, actually, yeah, I can say this pretty certainly, and you know what, I'll put the actual price right here. This is the most expensive Rock Lord I've bought. Out of all of them, she cost the most and was the hardest pill to swallow when I was buying them. She's also the hardest of the Jewel Lords to find. I find that you can find Sunstone and Flamestone way easier. Flamestone is coming, don't worry. She is the most expensive one that I have. There's only one other Rock Lord that was produced that I know of that's more expensive, no matter how you buy it. That's $1,000. And that's a combiner. So just to take a look at what she looks like next to her fellow Jewel Lord Sunstone. And then I had this perfect comparison with the Medic. So here's what she looks like next to the Medic from the 2-pack, which is just RC repaint. I think the colors work. And yeah, she's holding one of my Grimlock swords printed in silver just because I thought this looked cool. So that's how she sits on the shelf. So she's about as tall, almost as tall as her. She's definitely taller than these guys. Since I always do granite. She's definitely taller than granite. So, here, let's show the transformation. Alright, first to transform her, you want to turn the head all the way around. Because if you can't push the head down because of the way this is molded here. So then you push the head down. It only goes down that far. Next, you want to rotate the arms around. Fold those up. Next, you take the legs and you collapse them up like this. And you're done. And she's, out of all of them, the most jewel-like. And, her name is Solitaire, so I assume she's made of diamond. So, I mean, out of all the Rock Lords, it's, I would say, the most basic. It's neat, the way it folds up. It folds up into a diamond shape, and that's cool. I'm shaking the hell out of the camera, sorry. There's Solitaire in her jewel mode. And then to transform her back, you literally just pull everything back the way it was. And pull her head up and turn it around. Get everything lined back up. And there you go. Alright, now, should you get Solitaire? Well, that's hard. She's super expensive. If you love translucent stuff, if you just really love those three, there are only three Jewel Lords, or if you love Rock Lords in general and you've got money to throw away and you don't mind hunting for a good one, yeah, she's worth it. Things you want to look out for: any cracks, of course, anywhere, translucent plastic, rust inside of those metal parts there, any kind of corrosion. The only paint apps you should see being on the side of the head, the ear, or the side of the head, the eyes, the mouth, and this blue strip here. And that should be it. And then one other thing, look out, because it uses two different colored screws. If you're looking at pictures, look and make sure that the screws match. If the screws don't match, that means it's been taken apart and someone didn't bother putting the screws back the same way. And you don't know what happened, why they took it apart, what they did, or if there's damage somewhere. Like I said, she was very expensive. If you really have to have her, I highly recommend it. It does look great on a shelf under lights. That's the camera will show you with, because right now I've got a light behind the camera, I've got a light here, a light here, light here, light here, light behind the camera, and a light on right from above, and she just sparkles. So as always, thanks for coming by. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your friends. And as always, thanks for coming by to get your rocks off.